TelecomTV, where ICT connects.
Hello, welcome to TelecomTV. My name is Martin Warwick and I'm reporting from the SDN and Openflow World Congress being held here in Bad Homburg in Germany. And I'm talking with Sunil Khandekar. Welcome. Nuage Networks is a wholly owned subsidiary of Alcatel-lucent, and yet you still seem to have this autonomy, this wide-ranging remit, even a freedom that many other companies would not have. Why is this?
Thank you, Mark. It was important when we started looking at what needed to be done for cloud computing to allow for truly the business agility and rapid deployment of applications on the cloud, to have a structure that married our IP DNA with the capabilities of IT. And to do that, it was important for me to have a structure that was autonomous, gave us the focus, allowed us to be agile, the nimble, and execute on the thesis that we've developed. So we have a best team that we've put together in Silicon Valley that it has executed since last January to bring one of the most advanced SDN solutions to the market.
What do you regard as being the problems of SDN, if there are any, or the benefits in regard to cloud computing?
SDN is very relevant when you consider cloud computing. In fact, the most pronounced use case of SDN is indeed for cloud computing, to really bring IT and IP together and really provide the agility, business agility, which is the big promise of cloud computing, to allow for applications to be deployed very rapidly onto the network. What you need is for the network to be as consumable as the compute has become. And unfortunately, the network has fallen behind, and with using the principles of SDN, what we are able to do, and this is what we have done with the Nuage Network solution, is to really provide that high degree of automation along with abstraction of network capability, so that applications are not burdened with understanding the intricacies of the network and integrating that in the application definition, but rather applications are able to refer to the networking behaviors they need without worrying about how the network implements them.
Sure. Now we're here in Germany, almost exactly on the anniversary of the publication of the original white paper on FV, and of course relating to NSD all the way down the line, and that was done at the SDN and Openflow World Congress last year in 2012 in Darmstadt in Germany. What's happened to SDN in the year between these two dates?
Yes, it's certainly, with any new technology, it's always a journey, and so it is with SDN. However, what we are seeing is there is certainly a lot more understanding. We're going through the classic hype cycle, and at this point, there's certainly a lot of understanding of SDN and how the SDN might be applicable to some real use cases and to solving some real problems. And that's what is getting everybody excited. Networking is certainly very exciting. And the reason is because SDN and the principles of SDN, when implemented correctly, can bring some, drastic change to the way networks have been implemented, networks have been managed, networks are deployed, networks are operated. It's all about simplification. It's all about automation. And that's what SDN really is useful for.
What about the evolution of SDN standards? Where are we on those?
Great question. With any technology, the standardization is certainly very important. It's important for the customers in allowing them most flexibility, most choice. With regards to SDN, there is a lot of activity going on in defining some of the standards. Certainly, ONF is busy working on and standardizing OpenFlow and OVSDB, but that is just a protocol. There's many other things to be defined, and those definitions, as they should be, are being done, and the standardization is being done in the ITF. And Nuage Networks, in fact, is taking a leading role in some of those activities in terms of standardization. in the industry, because it's very important to have this choice available to the customers.
A last question to you, Sunil, before we run out of time. It's this. Do you think that NFV will become the biggest consumer of cloud computing and SDN services? And if so, what kind of an impact is that going to have?
NFV will certainly be a big, consumer, if you will, of the SDN technologies, absolutely. But the way we see it, and where we are engaged right now with many customers, whether they're large tech enterprises or pure play cloud service providers, or our traditional telco customers that are looking at providing cloud services, it's the external facing clouds, public or private, where the compute is already virtualized, but the network has fallen behind. And we are quickly bringing it together to make sure that there's tremendous amount of agility in allowing customers to deploy these applications. NFV is in the back end, if you will, but it's certainly, as customers, as telcos, and even in case of some enterprises, as they identify some of the functions that they want to virtualize, they will absolutely be the consumers of the SDN technology.
Interesting. Sunil Khandekar, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me.
TelecomTV, where ICT connects.